I did try, you know, to look after you. The cries had ripped through me like a knife, and the only way I could shut you up was by drinking. I wanted to stop. I will get better, I swear. But with you there, that would have been difficult. I had to do what was best for you. And in order for me to do that, I had to send you away. Like many of my pregnancies before, I had to keep you a secret. Only this time, no one knew. Ever. The boys never even found out. Only person I told was your dad. Although, he was up in heaven at that point, so he couldn't very well go blabbing down to the tavern. The day you were born, it was a hot July morning. I woke up with my bed sheets soaked, and I pulled myself up. I hoped it was just the heat making me sweat under my covers, but then it gripped me. The pain. Like me gut was being squashed in a vice. You kicked in me, begging to get out. And I tried not to cry. I was nearly 40, for God's sake. I'd done this before with your brothers. I knew how it all worked. When I'd given birth to Charlie, my eldest, I was barely a kid, petrified and trying to push him out in an alleyway. And Tommy, well, he didn't want to get out and his massive head got stuck. I ended up in hospital, and some doctor had to help coax him out. No wonder I was scared. What if I needed help again? I had to do it alone. I had picked up the bottle of gin from the sideboard and gulped it down, waiting for the pain to get worse. The labour went on for 10 hours, and I had started to give up hope, believing this is what would kill me. But then you came, looking just as dishevelled as Charlie had. You screamed your lungs out, turning pink as you scrunched your wee hands. Then had come the sudden rush of love. As I looked down on you, my sweet little girl, wrapping you up in some bed, and I just held you to my chest. I never did name you, but if I had, her name would have been Ashlyn. We managed for 2 months. I barely left the house, trying to feed you with my diminishing milk supply. No one visited. No one cared. Everyone had just accepted I had a drinking problem, and they'd thrown me to the wolves after trying so long to help. I barely made rent, and had been waiting for the landlord to knock on the door and kick us onto the streets. That's what I deserved at the end of the day. Dying in a gutter with a sickly baby pulled tightly to me. No. I had to save you from my downfall before it was too late. Because you deserved better. That night we snuck onto a cargo train bound for London. We were both weak. I hadn't eaten properly in weeks, and the damage was passing on to your frail body too. You laid there in my old picnic basket, our eyes meeting as if you were begging me not to let you go. I had hummed not only to distract you, but to occupy my mind from what I was about to do. It was the same song I'd sang for Charlie, for Tommy, even for Jen. After 6 hours of hiding amongst the coal, we arrived. You were so quiet as we made our way towards St. Paul's. The heat pushed down on me. I wanted a drink. I needed a drink. But I had to save you first. I had two options in my head. Take you to the nunnery where Jenny had taken Quinn, or take you to Jen. She had messed up with her Wayne. This would give her the opportunity to be a mother herself. I had written a note and put it amongst the blankets I placed over you, despite the heat. I stood at the bottom of the steps of number 13, looking up at the door. Part of me wanted to rush back to that station and go back to Liverpool. You can't get rid of your own Wayne, Molly, you can't. But I had to. I placed the old wicker basket down and took hold of the door knocker. I used the last of my energy to run to a hiding spot just opposite. And you cried. It was the most painful cry I had ever witnessed. No, Mammy. Please, Mammy. Please. The door opened, and your crying form was taken inside. Then silence. I felt numb. The sounds of London muffled around me as my eyes filled with tears. She would be better off without me. Imagine the life you could have, living in such a grand place. They could give you so much more than I ever could. I turned, secretly hoping that Jen would see me through the window and call me back. And I needed this feeling gone. And the only way I knew how to do that was by looking at a bottom of a bottle. I'm so sorry, my darling. I really, truly am. But I will get better.